Well, my fellow Driftomaniacs, welcome to my Proline Badlands MX28 test. I've just got 4 of these delivered from Amazon, which have arrived today. So, I'm going to put them on the car right now. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod so you can compare the size of them compared to the current ones, which also has the slightly larger than the stock tires on the Rustler 4x4 VXL. I'm probably just going to take the pinion down by 1 or 2 teeth to compensate for the extra diameter of the Proline Badlands MX28s. Now, I'm hopeful that with the mods that I've made to the Rustler 4x4 VXL, it'll make it more into a mini e-Revo style car. Now, I said at the outset, don't buy this car thinking it's a mini e-Revo, and I still stand by that. But I've done a lot of mods to this car, so I think it will one and out do the bad double backflips, maybe even triples, but we shall see how we get on. But the last thing stopping me from doing that, I feel, is the tyres, because these are great for speed, but they don't balloon an awful lot. But these may balloon a little bit better. I like a bit more momentum in the air for doing the flips. Now, just before I fit the Badlands, which I will put a link to both of these sets of tyres below the video, because they do a separate part number for the front and a separate set for the rear, so they must be marginally different, maybe in the offset. I'm not quite sure on that, but they recommended the front and the rear ones for the Rustler rather than all 4 of the same. I hope that makes sense, but we shall see what it feels like when it comes to driving it. So I'm guessing this is the bit that people are interested in besides the outside test. On the right, as you're looking at it, I've got the Rustler 4x4 VXL stock tyre, and on the left the Proline Badlands MX28, so you can see the difference there in the width. Diameter wise, try and show that as best I can on there, marginally bigger as I said, so I'm just going to take that gear down that little bit on there, just try to hopefully get that across, the difference on there. It's about a finger's width on there, so about a centimetre difference on there. And before I get them on the car, I would just say these tyres are actually great at high speed handling. They don't balloon a huge amount, but that very not ballooning stops them the car from being able to backflip as easily as an e-Revo does, where the wheels on the e-Revo are a lot bigger, bulkier, and they balloon more when the car is in the air. It's that ballooning momentum that enables you to flip the car round. So we shall see in today's test how they get on. Well, what do we think of that, guys? To my mind, substantially improves the look of the thing. Will it improve the handling of the thing? Will they help it to do double and single backflips easier? We shall see as I head down to the test track right now. The one thing I would say though, if anybody's thinking, oh, the offset's slightly different on these, Rich, the outside edge of this wheel is exactly the same distance as with the stock Rustler tyre, so the extra width of the MX28 is expanded inwards. However, it still manages to clear the body without fouling, if anyone was thinking of that. Anyway, let me get down that test track. Well, good morning folks. This is my Proline Badlands MX28 tyre test. I've got them on the Rustler 4x4 VXL. Quite a lot of mods done to this car, but today we're running on 3S, so let's see how they go on. It's appear to have plenty of grip. Just got 11-tooth pinion on there today, as I wanted to take into account the fact that they are quite a bit longer than quite a bit wider diameter rather. Ooh, and it's very hard packed down here today. There's been lots of water out, but tire wise they're quite stiff, I have to say. They're stiff enough to grip. Ooh, they've got a surfeit of grip in the corners. They've definitely got a huge amount of grip compared to the stock ones. The lateral G's that it's pulling is wanting to flip the car because it's gripping so hard. Doesn't always land that well. Oh, speaking of which, and today I'm quite glad because that junk stopped the water getting in the car. They definitely. Hey, that's my first backflip that I've nailed with them down here today. Check out the speed and the height of that backflip, very low. Which is one of the key reasons I got them from. Yeah, they're ballooning nicely, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to get them on here. Oh. How did we get out of that, Rich? Easily enough grip on that. Almost too much grip. It's the lateral grip that they've got that is simply outstanding.
I would say they definitely, wow, they're proving they're monstrously good, I have to say. Suggesters, I think we might have got some water in the electrics there, because suddenly started moving backwards of its own accord, which to my mind is probably not the ESC, more likely water in the receiver. Anyway, we'll go home, dry it out, live to fight again another day. But more importantly, how did those Proline Badlands MX28s do? Absolutely outstanding. The grip they've got compared to the stock tires is simply phenomenal, and that single backflip I did just shows the potential that they've got. They do balloon more in the air, that bigger momentum, the more them being bigger, them having more momentum, they balloon more, and that makes it flipping much easier with the Badlands on. Anyway, you don't want to miss the adventures coming up with this car, then don't forget to subscribe.
We hope you liked this video. If you did, please click on the circle image to subscribe. And if you hit subscribe, then don't forget to hit that little notifications bell next to it.